everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, let me introduce myself. If you're already a subscriber, let me reintroduce myself. So I'm Gayatri and I'm an aspiring author who's already writing a debut book, I think, and not I think, I am writing my debut book. Yeah, so I'm also an avid reader. I have a day job where I work as a technical writer, but on the side I do enjoy writing, my fictional book and also reading a lot of fictional book, of course. So that's the intro about this channel. I capture here my writing journey and also my reading updates and everything in between. So let's get into the video. I think I told earlier this year that this year I would be focusing more on writing and whatever is related to writing. So I was like, okay, I need to start trying new writing tools. Trying new writing tools was like a wish list I had, not in terms of video, wish list I had for a long time. So I didn't find any time to do it or whatever. But I finally started thinking why not now that I'm full-fledgedly involved in writing. I was searching for a lot of writing tools. I took a note of list of tools I might explore in the future, so out of which I was able to install a free version of Lattics, which is a writing tool essentially helping out writers in all sort of ways. I think I wanted to discuss about Lattics, the writing tool, and how worth it is. Even the free version, we need to know that, right? I didn't use the paid version. I just wanted to try it to see whether it's good for me, whether it will be suitable for me. So let's just discuss about Lattics and all the good and bad, and maybe finally we'll come to a conclusion. So to give a short intro about Lattics, this is how it will look once you install. It's available for both Windows, Mac, and you can easily install it. And it will ask if you want to upgrade to a paid version. And if you want to, you can choose to, because the free version has its own limitations. I'll come back to that. If you want to initially try it out, the free version, if you ask me whether it is good enough, I will say it is good enough, especially because, let's say this, if free version doesn't have any decent feature, then it's a waste of time, right? That is not the case with Lattics at all. So once you get into it, you'll have a list of navigation pane on the left, which shows whatever writing project you want to work on. It has few existing templates. I think I looked into the novel one and I created the new detail. This interface is very user friendly because I am new to this software, right? So I kind of I didn't feel that much lost. I did have a few doubts. Even those doubts was clarified immediately because there are Lattics videos online. I think it's officially their own YouTube channel. I will add the link to their channel in the description. So they do have a tutorial videos of sort, if you want to know how to use this feature or how to bring this feature to somewhere else, something, whatever you have doubts, you can always search for them in YouTube and you can see the changes visually, and it's simple as that. And it's quite easy to use, and it does have a lot of different features that you can actually use. I'll talk about all of them now.
Flashback.
I'm actually starting to use the app. So it's a work in progress I have. I'm using Lattics for a while. Lattics is it has features that you can use while adding work in progress to that. You can create a novel under which you'll be creating different chapters, and for each chapters you can add the chapter itself, and then you can associate different cards to that chapter. As in let's say, for example, for each chapter you need some meta details, where did that chapter happen, when did it happen, what are the characters involved in the chapter. So those information you can add it to a card, so that whenever you click that chapter, it will be associated with these cards, which will give you the details you need when you're revising it, or you want to know what happened when and where. Those details you can easily get using these cards. Those cards you can also kind of rearrange it. You can add important cards. You can pin the important cards to the top where you see all the cards. You can add links to that card, images to the card, and expand that card into a full-on Wikipedia article. These cards can be useful in terms of creating character feature layout. Those kind of details can also be added in different cards. You have the option to add a flow chart of sorts, so that you can literally see how, for example, let me say I'm creating a mystery novel where this main character is connected to this side character, and that connection is key detail. I can add different blocks, connect them with an arrow, and I can also add more details by as a subheading or like sub collection within that flowchart itself. So that is something that was impressive. Again, it's not abundantly available for free version. You have a limitation, I think, I think around 15, I think, I'm not sure. You can only add 15 blocks in that flowchart for free version, so that is there.
Also, once you add your chapters, you can see the details below, right? Like that, you can see the details you're adding to the flowchart. The information is visible while writing the chapter itself.
You can actually create your own timeline of events. Let's say you have a fantasy work in progress and like a lot of things happen over like centuries or like hundreds of years, like at the beginning of time and then current scenario, like you have a huge timeline for your own novel, right? There's an option to have like a timeline where you customize it as per the timeline you need, like 100 years ago, 500 years ago, like those kind of details you can add. And at that specific point of time, you can add like a small card with so many details you need. For example, character A finally met character B for the first time, something like that.
You can further customize these events by adding the date, or if it happens over a time, I think you can add a custom duration. If you're writing about a war, you can say that it started this time and it ended this time, something like that can also be done. And you can maintain different tracks within the same timeline and add other timelines as well, so that you can further customize your timeline and add more details as well.
These are like the basic things anyone would want. You need to add your chapter. You need to add cards to each chapter so that you'll have more details about the chapter. You can have your own timeline, and you can have like a big flow chart for yourself to see how it all gets connected and sort of things, right? I only explored these things. You can explore more maybe there is more, I'm not sure, but just by exploring this, the options that are available in the free version, I would say it's a very decent app. Now that we have seen all the details, as in like visually, you understand how easy it is to use Lattics, right? It was very easy. It didn't take much of my internet. I was able to start using it immediately after I installed it. I do have an old laptop, right? You guys know that. And it's kind of very slow. Even in that laptop, it was fairly easy to use. When some softwares are very demanding, it's very hard to use in laptops which are very slow. So I didn't face that issue in my old laptop, which is a surprisingly good thing. Lattics, like, would I use it? Yeah, I would. Since all my current work in progress are already in Google Docs, I didn't start working on anything in Lattics specifically. I do have a work in progress in my mind to, start with Lattics and, keep everything inside my Lattics so that's more helpful for me. But then I was like, okay, I have the half the work already in Google Doc. If I shift it now, it'll be another work. I don't want to work on it now, so I thought maybe any other future work I will work with Lattics, and if I want I can even pay and get a paid version. That's also something I had in my mind when I used Lattics. It's not something like mandatory for anyone to use, but if you are someone who's exploring writing tools, who's finding Google Docs or Word something very difficult to handle, especially because you have so many things to use, I would say Lattics is a decent writing app which you can try for sure. But there are so many other writing apps, I'll tell you that. I'm not saying Lattics is the best out of it because I myself personally haven't used all of them. So from what I have seen with Lattics, it is good. There might be some shortcomings, I'm not sure about it because I only explored it for 10 days. Maybe if I explore more, I might find anything and I might bring it to you guys. But as of now, it's a good app. And if you feel skeptical about getting the paid app, any paid app, whatever it is, writing or whatever, any paid app, you should be skeptical because you are spending your own money. If you are skeptical about it, please wait, because the free one, it's good enough for you to start. You can sit and explore and you can do it once you feel comfortable, and once you feel like you can pay the money that's mentioned and you feel like it will be worth it, that's when you should pay and use any app. That is how I have been using. I don't use paid version of any app at all. Very rare scenario. I've only used like Canva paid version. Like 1 day plan is what I do. That do, like when I'm in dire need of like the paid features, I would use it for 1 day. So I don't know if there's a mobile version. I don't think there's a mobile version. So I mean, who's writing in mobile? We rarely write in mobile. We all use mostly laptops, right? It's good enough and you can try. Like I said, do try the free version, and if you really like it and if you want to go ahead, you can purchase the paid version and use it. If you have already used Lattics, do let us know in the comments like what are your thoughts, so someone else also might find it very helpful. You can ask me whether I'm planning to use other writing tools. Absolutely, I am planning. I have a list of writing tools I want to try, and I'll see what are the free versions available for everyone first, because like I said, I don't use paid version of anything. The very start of something, I don't do that. I need to know that it's something very useful for me to pay that money and use it. Obviously, when I post more videos on writing tools, it's going to be like, you know, tools which have a free version which everybody can use. That would be the case. So let's see about it. Let's see what's happening. And of course, I'll be back with more writing videos with writing updates, writing tools, and writing routine. I am focusing more on finding helpful things for people who are, you know, don't outline their books just like me. We are all pantsers, honey. We are all pantsers. It's called pantsing. You're someone who doesn't plan everything ahead of writing to start with the work in progress itself. You just write on the flow like a spontaneous fountain or something. Like that's how you write. And if you're like that, you're a pantser just like me. So outlining didn't work for me. So we have other things, other means to make our work come together. So I'll also be focusing on that more. If you used Lattics, do let me know. And that's it. Bye. Live through stories.